Alright guys, well, me and Jujube are at this dock at Pepsi in Denver, Colorado. And we've been sitting here a couple hours waiting to get unloaded, and they're just now touching the truck. And I'm out of cider. It's raining outside, dark and chilly. I'm gonna do for dinner tonight like a pork stew. So what I've done is I've taken I had a half of a small pork loin left over from when I did a pork roast a couple nights ago. And I've cubed that up, put her in the trucker oven pan. I'm gonna add about a half a cup of beef broth to that. And then I'm gonna go in there with some garlic and herb. Some onion powder. Some chives. Some of my Cajun seasoning. Hang on. I got one that's open somewhere here. You see the truck shaking around, that's because they're finally got a forklift in there getting me unloaded. Some Cajun seasoning. Some salt. And some pepper, because I'm partial to the pepper. Now, I'm going to cover that whole thing with a piece of tin foil. I'll be right back. Alright, so I covered that with foil, put it in my trucker. I call it a trucker oven. My wife says it's just a roaster. Whatever. My trucker oven, lunchbox. Gonna plug that up, stick it under the counter. They should be calling me, telling me I'm empty in about 30 minutes or so with all my paperwork. And then we're headed to, I believe up to Fort Collins, about between 50 and 70 miles away from here, picking up a load of sugar, going to Highland Creamery, ice cream creamery, just outside of Omaha, Nebraska. So we're going to put this down here under the cabinet and let it cook, because I'll be driving for the rest of the day, and let this cook off, and then I'm going to add some vegetables and do what I can to make that a little old pork stew right there. But I want that pork to cook for several hours and get all nice and tender and suck up all that seasoning. I put the tinfoil on it to keep the moisture in the pan, so we're gonna see how that turns out. Think it'll be all right. Just a little reminder, I'm up to 100 followers on YouTube, so kind of like we're building a little community of people that ain't got nothing better to do than watching old trucker and his Jujube, what are you doing? Say hello. I think more people watch to see you than to see me. See, what is Jujube getting excited about today? Huh? The big red bone? Yeah, the big red bone. Anyway, I'm not asking nobody to like and subscribe, but I'm telling you that follow along if you want to. I don't really talk about much, just what we're doing out here, driving across country, keeping America rolling. What a trucker does for dinner when he don't want to spend $1 million in the truck stop, try to save some money and do my own cooking. And 9 times out of 10, it turns out pretty good. So tell your friends about it. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, look up Jason Day 1976. It couldn't hurt. I was hard pressed for me to believe. I can't believe a month ago I was so excited. I had like 50 people following me. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know 50 people. 50 people wanted to see what I was doing. That's crazy. And now it's 100, so it's doubled in a month. That's pretty cool. So tell everybody you know. You know, a crazy old trucker driving across the country, talking about nothing and cooking with his dog, Jujubee. She's the star of the show, really. So y'all tell everybody about it. See how big we can get it. Might as well. I ain't got nothing better to do. Literally sitting here watching it rain, trying to get unloaded, truck shaking around because there's a forklift in the back. That's it. Just get on down the road. Alright, God bless. Y'all be careful. Well, everybody, we have made it. Jujubee. We made it to our next pickup in Fort Morgan, Colorado. It is a sugar plant facility, which I had no idea they had such a big sugar cane crop. I'm used to that coming out of South Louisiana, but it's still rainy and nasty out there. We got 2 trucks to get loaded, so our pork's been in the oven now about 2 hours, making our pork stew. So let's see what we're working with right now. Let me get some more light in here. Alright, let's see what she's looking like. And we've lost almost all of our juices. Not all of it though. I'll let you see that. But that pork is getting done. So now let me take a little nibble there. I approve. I do approve. So now I'm gonna load that up with some more beef broth. Go about halfway up with it. That was probably a cup and a half, 2 cups max on that. Now alright, to that, can of mixed vegetables, which is carrots, peas, corn, and green beans. I drained all the juices out of there. I think I've seen a butter bean in there. Yeah. See there, butter bean or a white northern, but a mixed vegetable. Get that stirred in there. I don't have any cornstarch or flour for thickening. But what I do have a can of diced potatoes. Real small. Just a plain diced potato. Drained all the juice off of that. I'm going to put maybe a half a can of this in there. I don't know how well it's going to work. I've never used a canned potato. But I had these and figured I might as well use them. But they should release some starch and kind of thicken it up. And get those stirred in good. Jujubee is over here paying attention to everything I'm doing and make sure I get the recipe right. But I don't think either one of us really know the recipe. I can tell you after adding those vegetables, I'm gonna have to probably add some more salt and pepper. But that's what it's looking like. Definitely gonna need some more salt. But what I'm gonna do, cover that back up and leave it in the trucker oven for, and my little gasket's getting worn out. I've been using this oven right here. I've had this one for 20 years. And I don't know if I can order that gasket or I have to get a new oven. But so what I have to do is close the back, get my finger in there to pry that gasket to the front, make sure it gets the seal, close it on up, and that's it. I'm gonna let it sit till we get loaded, and I know that's gonna be at least an hour with a truck in front of us that hasn't even pulled in the door yet. So me and Jujubee are gonna cuddle up back here. My old co-driver back here napping. Yep, she's a good girl. Is that you, Redbone? Is that you, Redbone? Is that you, Redbone? Why can't I have it? She don't even want me playing with that Redbone. Give me that Redbone. Give me that Redbone. She ain't gonna do it. But about 47 degrees outside, so we can just cuddle up. We'll wait till our turn to get in the door, and then we'll take a look at this stew before we take off again. Alright. Well, good evening, everybody. We made it to Nebraska. Jujubee. Did we make it to Nebraska? Yeah. We're about 2 hours from our delivery in the morning. About to eat dinner, and she is real excited about smelling this box. So, we're going to take a look inside. Got some bubble over inside there. Pork stew, I'm calling it. That's downright delicious. I might put a little hot sauce on it. Come on. Well, that's it. I don't know where we're going after we deliver this one in the morning, but I got a load of sugar. And when I was loading up, I told that lady, I said, I had no idea that y'all grew sugar cane in Colorado. And she said, we don't. Sugar beets. So I'm hauling sugar from sugar beets. that's going to an ice cream manufacturer in Nebraska. Deliver that in the morning. And then I got word from my dispatch that my truck that went down on me last week, well, it didn't really go down on me. Light went out on it, and come to find out it had a bad wiring harness on the front end. So they got all that fixed. So I'll probably get routed back through the yard in Lamar's, Iowa, to get my truck, and then I'll have to move everything out of this truck into my truck. Not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to being back in my truck. Not that this truck's been bad. It's a little older, got some more miles on it. I can tell it doesn't pull as strong in the hills as mine did. But other than that, it's the same truck. It's a International. It's just older. But that's it, man. We're about to eat this stew. It seems to be delicious. And hot. And probably watch something on the YouTube, or find a movie to watch, and then move on down the road in the morning. Figure out what we're going to do after this, and I'll let you know. Alright, God bless y'all, and good night.